I am gonna force myself to get ready, even though I really don't want to. Writing a feature film, and I am on the third draft, but I realized there were problems with the plot. Like, there were things that I couldn't figure out. I'm gonna curl my hair, and then what I want to do though is share my poems. I want to share my 2 new poems with you. This is an exclusive, never before seen. Okay, one of them is called The Questions I Never Asked You, because I'm playing it cool. Something like, you know when you like someone you shouldn't? That's the experience of this poem. Like, when you like someone, but you know, when you think about it logically and based on reality, like, this person hasn't shown up for you. They haven't shown through their actions that they value you. And when you're next to someone, even though you like them, it doesn't feel right. It feels miles away from connection. It feels like you're alone. Hello, I am gonna force myself to get ready, even though I really don't want to. As you can see, I'm in my sweatshirt. I'm in pajamas. It's 1 p.m. and it's freezing in New York. It just isn't. And I'm like going through a hard time with personal stuff that I don't want to get into with specifics, but just know, I'm gonna force myself to get ready. I have like a interview that is one of those interviews where you record yourself, so it's not live. So I just have to like answer questions and take a video. So, I'm gonna get pretty for that. What did I do? So this morning I woke up, I sent a few emails. Let me just start getting ready. Like, I'm just talking. I'm just gonna tie my hair up so I can put it out of my face. But I wanted to make this video for you to be like a companion for you, in case you're also going through it and you're just not feeling it, Like, my hands are so cold. It's just like April is the worst, like the weirdest weather in New York. Every April, it's very weird. Like, it's cold. It feels like it's winter. Like, it feels like winter. It's raining all the time. It's cloudy. But I wanted to push myself to keep being consistent with YouTube, and show up for you, So if you feel like you're going through it, like a rough time or a rough patch, I hope this video is a companion to you. So I just put moisturizer. I'm about to put primer. But yeah, so like I said, I have an interview. It's short. It's like very brief. Like, I just have to record myself answering some questions. And yeah, so this morning I sent a few emails because I wrote, I'm writing a feature film right now. My indie stuff, my independent writing and filmmaking plans. I'm writing a feature film, and I am on the third draft, but I wanted to share it with others and get feedback before moving forward, because there were problems with the plot. Like, there were things that I couldn't figure out, and you're not supposed to, There are some things with like your writing process or your art making process that you can't possibly know yourself. You need to reach out for help. So you need feedback. Like, that's just essential. I believe that's an essential integral part of the process. Sharing your work with others and hearing the blind spots, because you can't always see the blind spots of your work. Like, and for me, there were some problems with my plot, with my characters. Like, I had questions and I need people to bounce ideas off of. So I emailed this morning my treatment. So I made a treatment for my feature film. A treatment for a script is basically a prose. You're writing what happens in the story in a prose format. So it's like you're writing a little synopsis, a summary, right? Like a novel. So it's not in script format. It's basically the summary, just detailing literally what happens in the story and, describing the characters, all of that. And it's shorter, so I believe mine is 11 pages, but I think there's different expectations for the length of the format, but I think 10 pages is the average length for a treatment. So anyways, yeah, I emailed it to three other people in film that I know who are, three other filmmakers, writers who are willing to give me feedback. So I reached out to them, I asked them, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. I just emailed it this morning, I emailed them my treatment. I made like a PowerPoint of my characters and their vibe, like the vibe of the characters, what they kind of look like, what their attitude is like. And I also, in the PowerPoint that I made of the character mood, my mood board for my characters, at the end I added a link to my playlist that I made for my feature film. I already made a playlist to capture the mood. I'm putting this hydrator that I use in place of foundation. I don't use foundation, like I just use this and concealer, but it does the job. But anyways, yeah, so I also show them my playlist because it captures the mood. Like I love music, and I have a little pimple, oh my god. But yeah, so it captures the music. I usually like have my headband, but I can't find it, and I can't muster up the energy or the care to look for it. I'm just gonna tie my hair back like this. But anyway, I'm very musical. Like I love music, and music helps capture the mood of stories for me. So that's what I did. I sent my collaborators my playlist. So yeah, and I'm gonna also email it to another person who I reached out to this person, and so basically essentially 4 people are rating my treatment right now, and I'm just waiting for them to give me feedback. I asked them specific questions too. I was like, oh, can you please, I'm open to the feedback that you're going to give me, but also can you please help me with these like 3-4 specific things? So I asked some specific questions like, for this plot line, do you think it's too much? Should I take out any of these plot lines? Do you think I should make this character like this? How do I balance this out, And I also... I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, that's basically what I did this morning. So I pushed myself to send those emails, and then I worked out. I went to the gym. I went to go work out, and I'm going to be back. I'm going to go wet my beauty blender. I'll be back really quick. What was I going to say? I went to the gym. I worked out, and then I started crying. I think I just started, but you know what it is? I just started thinking too much about my current situation and like my problems, and then I started crying. But I think that, obviously that's not good. But I also, it just shows that I'm like in this loop of something, of survival mode, all of that, and it doesn't feel good, and I'm looking for my concealer. It doesn't feel good, obviously, to be in this loop of crying every day, not, being very panicked. And I even question, whether I should keep posting on social media and showing up. Should I take a break? Should I step back until I'm more collected? But, I think I can still keep showing up in the way that I can and not try to force anything, not try to, just show up and that's it. In the capacity that I can. I think that could still be valuable, and I think I don't want to stop creating, like, even if I'm in a slump. I don't want to just stop creating, because if I don't create, what is there to do, right? Like, for me, when I'm not creating, I'm just like, what am I doing, you know? It doesn't help me either to, like, not create, because creating helps me feel like I'm taking a step toward my dream life. I feel like when I'm not creating, you know, I'm doom scrolling. I'm just scrolling on TikTok. I'm, like, not creating or contributing anything. And that feels like not good either. So, I mean, if I were to take a social media break, it would have to be, like, full, like, I can't even, like, scroll on it, you know? Like, if I take a social media break, I wouldn't want to take a break and then still be on it, but just consuming social media, because that's not what I want. And that's why I create as well. Like, I create because I would rather create. I want to create the things that I want to see. And I want to put my voice there instead of just consuming other people's stuff all the time, you know? So I'm like, okay, I had the idea to do a get ready with me just now, and I was like, okay, I'll just do a get ready with me, and then I'll shoot my interview, right? The video interview for a job. And yeah, so I'm pushing myself to do this and just coming at it gently, like, not expecting anything, not forcing anything anymore. You know, I don't want to force anything. I'm tired of that. And creating, whether it's video, right? Poetry, writing, scripts, filmmaking, right? It's just being involved in creation and creating keeps me going, and it keeps me busy. It makes me feel like I'm taking control of my narrative, you know, like I'm taking control of my life and creating something from it. What was I going to say? I was going to talk about something else, but I forgot. Oh, I'm coming out with a poetry ebook soon about having an all-consuming crush, like my experience dealing with limerence, and what I learned from it, how I overcame it, and sensitivity. I'm big on honoring sensitivity, honoring emotions, like, in a world that doesn't always honor that, you know? So, I just wanted to plug that in here and promote it. It's probably going to come out soon. I want to put it up already, so probably maybe another week, though. I'm going to give myself another week to work on it. I just have to reread it. I have to edit a few things, make sure it flows well. I want to add 2 new poems that I wrote recently, but I have to finish one of them. One poem, there's, like, a final line. It's, like, that I'm struggling with. Like, I don't know what to put for that line. But I feel that something should be there. But maybe I'll read you some poetry while we're here, you know? I'll probably do that. But after, like, I get ready, I'll take the time. You'll be, like, the exclusive sneak peek. So I'm putting bronzer. I am about to curl my hair. I'm just waiting for my curling iron to heat up. I put some oil in my hair to smooth it out and to make it shiny and to protect against the heat. But I don't have anything else I want to talk about, to be honest. I'm gonna curl my hair. And then what I want to do, though, is share my poems. I want to share my 2 new poems with you. This is an exclusive, never before seen. I've never shared these poems on social media because they're very new. But yeah, I want to share it with you, and that's what we're going to do. But we're going to do that after I finish getting ready. I feel like if there's nothing else I want to talk about, like, what's the point of filming more? So I'm just gonna get ready, and then I'm gonna see you in a little bit with my laptop and my poems. Hello, I finished getting ready, and it took all of my strength to put on a bra and a sweater. It was way cozier when I was wearing my sweatshirt. But yeah, I pushed myself to do this for the video. I am still wearing pajama pants though, but I'm gonna probably push myself to go on a nature walk after this. A nature walk without my phone, so I can just be quiet and let myself hear my thoughts and all of that. I curled my hair, I put on earrings, eyeliner, lip gloss, and I have my laptop open. So I have the document open of my ebook, and I want to read you my new poems, as I said. So let me just find them. Okay, one of them is called The Questions I Never Asked You Because I'm Playing It Cool. I want to ask, what's keeping you busy? How are things with your cousin? What advice would you give to your younger self? Do you wonder about me? This is inspired by a time when I bumped into someone I had a crush on, and I had to play it cool because I have very inquisitive questions to ask people, like this: what's keeping you busy? What advice would you give to your younger self? Like, there are things, when you have a crush and you really want to know more about them in a deep way. This poem is from an experience like that, but I had to play it cool because it's like I can't show too much that I'm interested, because it's, there's a boundary. Like, I don't like, especially if it's someone that you're friends with or that you work with, or someone where it's not explicitly romantic. There's like a bridge that you're not sure if you should cross, and it feels like you might cross it if you ask deeper questions, and there's a hesitancy and a fear in that. So I'm gonna reread it. The questions I never asked you because I'm playing it cool. I want to ask, what's keeping you busy? How are things with your cousin? What advice would you give to your younger self? Do you wonder about me? It's not finished though. I have to finish it. I'm gonna edit it and think on how I can make it better. But okay, another one that I want to read. What It Is. So the title of this poem is called What It Is. It's remembering how it felt to be next to him. The loneliness. When I was next to him, I felt miles away from connection. Miles. It's remembering this. Even when he is standing in front of me with that smile, he is sweating and I notice his hair growing out, curls hanging above his eye like a curtain. Even when I am in awe of this person, I remember what it was like to be next to him. So this one is, I feel like there's a line that should go after I remember what it was like to be next to him. I feel like there is a line that should go after that to really drive the message of this poem home, but I have to think on what that line should be. It hasn't come to me yet. So that's, my work in progress. I really like it. I Again, this is going in my ebook about limerence and sensitivity and romanticizing life, and how, for me, one small, insignificant moment or interaction can be made into something bigger, like a poem or a story. And I really draw inspiration from the interactions I have in my life. Like, there's always that inspiration open for me, where anything can inspire a poem. So this poem was written from an interaction I had with someone I had a crush on, and how it was something like, when you like someone you shouldn't. That's the experience of this poem. Like, when you like someone, but when you think about it logically and based on reality, like, this person hasn't shown up for you. They haven't shown through their actions that they value you. And when you're next to someone, even though you like them, it doesn't feel right. It feels miles away from connection. It feels like you're alone. Have you ever been next to someone and you feel so lonely? That's how I felt with someone. I really liked this person, but when I was with them, like, I felt lonely. And then I was like, okay, no matter what, even if I care for them, I know that I know in my heart and logically, like, that it's not right, because you're not supposed to feel lonely. That's like that should be a sign that the connection maybe isn't fully there. It's not reciprocated. It's not right. So it's, yeah, even you can like someone, but that doesn't mean they're right for you. And that doesn't mean that you should pursue something with them, And you have to think about your own, like, you have to have self-respect, self-discipline, and enough self-love to walk away from something that isn't right. It doesn't have to be that the person treated you bad or anything or did something dramatic. It could just simply be like, they're not showing up for me. They're not putting in actions. They're not caring that much about me. So I need to, even though I really care for them and really like them, I have to make the hard decision to end, to hold back out of self-preservation, right? Because you have to think about yourself too. But yeah, so that's my 2 poems that I'm working on that are going to be included in my ebook, my upcoming ebook, so look out for that. Like I said, I'm going to try to have it up really soon, hopefully like next week or something. Like, I really want to release this already. I've had this idea for this ebook since last year. So last year, around this exact time, last spring, I had the idea to compile an ebook with all the poetry that I've written about my crushes, because I've dealt with limerence and like all-consuming crushes for a few years, like in my young adulthood, and it got to a point where it really affected me, because I think I was just mostly looking for validation. Like, it wasn't even rooted in anything real. It was more like I had to work on my self-worth, right? Because it's like, why was I letting things affect me so much and all of that? And also finding power in my sensitivity, right? Like, finding power in my ability to create a poem from a simple interaction. Like, anything, like, creating art from anything is a superpower in a way. Like, it's a gift. So I had to embrace that gift, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a ebook about this. So I did. I put it on Etsy, and it didn't sell, but I think I can see the mistakes I made and like how I launched it and all of that. Like, I feel like I didn't promote it enough, and I didn't have it up for long enough. But also, I don't really like the title. Like, I think the title could have been better, and I feel like I have more things to write and more insight to give this year. So I'm gonna give it another shot, and I'm gonna try to promote it more, like I'm doing now. Like, I'm gonna try to let people know about it more, share it more, and be more proud of it too. I think it's pretty, like, I felt kind of embarrassed to be writing something about crushes, like, because which is another reason I wanted to make this ebook, was because I feel like there's not a lot of attention given to crushes. Like, crushes are huge, you know, especially like for me, for people who relate to me, like situationships, you know, things that things that didn't work out. Like, I think there's a lot of emphasis on like breakups from relationships and stuff, but sometimes, you know, interaction can be just as significant to you, and that doesn't mean like, oh my god, like I'm gonna let someone who didn't even commit to me like affect me so much. It's more from a place of like celebrating how beautiful I see things, and like the beauty how I see things, and doing it for myself, you know, like celebrating this for myself, and loving my perspective, you know, no matter if anyone else does or anyone else appreciates me, you know. It's about having the appreciation for myself first, my ability to translate hard feelings into an ebook, into poetry. So I did want to give voice to that, you know. It'd be like that, you know. It'd be like that. That's what I gotta say about that. So yeah, I'm gonna fix my mistakes from last year on like how I launched this product, and gonna try to, and yeah, like I said, I was kind of embarrassed because it's like you know, it's very revealing. It's like, damn, like I'm exposing myself. And so I think that's why I didn't promote the ebook that much when I put it on Etsy last summer. I think it was last summer that I launched it. I didn't promote it that much because I think partly I was embarrassed. Like, I was like, oh, this is embarrassing. Like, why am I doing this? But now I don't care, and I don't see it as like embarrassing. Like, even if it is, like, I don't care, because I'm proud of it, and I'm proud of the work I did. And people engage with my writing more on TikTok. I find I like TikTok for that, because you can post something and it has a wider discoverability than Instagram. Like, anybody can find your poem on TikTok, and I've gotten a lot of resonance on my writing from TikTok. So shout out to TikTok. Follow me on there. I post there pretty frequently. At Dianastalkshow is my username. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. That was what I had for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on anything that I talked about in this video, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.